A very good evening to you. It's just a day away into March 2026. My name is Patricia Lukoma, and in a short while, Mugalu Mohammed will be joining the set on sign language. Now, straight away into the bulletin as we look into the press release today. President Yoweri Museveni receives credentials from 6 new ambassadors. President Yoweri Museveni received letters of credence from 6 ambassadors designated accredited to the Republic of Uganda at State House in Entebbe. The ambassadors who presented their credentials are His Excellency Mr. Ahmed Mohammed Abdul Rahim Abdallah Al-Zuwaid, Ambassador Designate of the State of Qatar. His Excellency Mr. Juan Humberto Macias Pino, Ambassador Designate of the Republic of Cuba. And then His Excellency Mr. Sadiki Nafa, Ambassador Designate of Shahwahi Republic. And His Excellency Mr. Gideon Beher, Ambassador Designate of the State of Israel. His Excellency Mr. Jamai Marenobao, Ambassador Designate of the Kingdom of Spain. And lastly, His Excellency Mr. Mario de Azevedo Constantino, Ambassador Designate of the Republic of Angola. President Museveni welcomed the envoy to Uganda and reaffirmed the country's commitment to strengthening bilateral relations and expanding cooperation in areas of mutual interest, including trade, investment, technology transfer, education, and regional stability. He emphasized that Uganda remains open to partnerships that promote value addition, economic transformation, and shared prosperity for the people of Uganda and the respective countries. The president wished the ambassadors successful tenures and assured them of Uganda's support in the execution of their diplomatic duties. The Parliament's Public Accounts Committee Central has grilled the Ministry of Education and Sports over slow implementation of activities and performance of the entity's strategic plan. As per the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2024-2025, Ministry of Education and Sports delayed repurposing the 14 primary teachers' college, leaving the structures abandoned and idle. However, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sports, Kedris Turiagenda, responded to the concerns, claiming lack of funds to delayed implementations of activities in the ministry.
Education and Sports issued directive dated 16th March 2023 required only 23 core primary teachers' colleges to remain as teacher training institutions, while the remaining non-core PTCs are repurposed for training uses such as TVET centers, health training institutions, among others. Despite approval, the Ministry of Education and Sports audit report for the financial year 2024-2025 indicates that 14 out of the 23 stationed for repurposing had not been worked on at the time of the audit.
Except for Kabwangasi PTC, Eripeti PTC, Paidat PTC Rukunjiri, which had been handed over and operationalized at the various universities.
The committee found out that the non-repurposed structures are abandoned and idle, which may lead to underutilization of public assets and incur expenditure.
There are people who are worried that some of the institutions now, schools, you find that the animals are the ones grazing in most of those places. Yeah, then somebody was talking about a PTC in Moroto or somewhere, that it's Muni, which is taking over.
So how are we moving? Because if we're now changing, say, moving to take to the university, at the same time we're getting contradicting statements from the officials of the ministry.
The entity was also pinned on including activities like procurement of instructional materials in a supplementary expenditure, which the MPs thought would be included in their budget.
Accounting officer respond to why you did not have these activities, all these activities clear in your strategic plan.
The report also indicates how the ministry had delayed implementation of 3 projects worth 4.022 billion shillings.
We also had delays in construction of an administration block in Jinja.
However, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education and Sports, Kedris Tuyajeda, responded to the concerns.
For the last 3 years, we have been budgeting for money that can transit a teacher college into like a health training institution, or it can transit it into a technical institution, and we have not received funding. That's the bottom line.
Lydia Chomkama and Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
The Masindi woman MP-elect Florence Asimwe Akiki has joined the race of speakership of the 12th Parliament. Asimwe becomes the 6th MP-elect to show interest in the position, with hopes of enhancing the integrity of the August House. Speakership race has been described by some MPs as fruits of a healthy democratic space built over time.
The number of hopeful candidates for the speakership of the 12th Parliament has risen to 6.
This is not the first time I'm standing for speakership.
The latest declaration is the woman MP-elect for Masindi District, Florence Asimwe Akiki, who has joined the 3 other women in the race.
I'll make sure committees, when they go to do oversight work, they come back and present their reports to Parliament, because out of those oversight work they do, there are key issues that they find out. Was money for was something done as we appropriated the money? Was there value for money?
The move is amid reliable reports that NRM-SEC endorsed Speaker Anita Among to retain the seat. This has created an intense and high-stake competition, including from within the NRM party.
I want to believe that rather than call it tension, I want to believe that it is the process that has metamorphosed over time, dropped down to Ugandans from one of the principles that the NRM as a government espouses, that is of democracy. That we wanted to see democracy, now we see democracy.
The tension has extended beyond the qualifications and merit of becoming a Speaker of Parliament to the pedigree, including political contribution and ability to foster consensus.
Because a Speaker is not simply just a leader. It is a leader with immense national and international responsibility. The Honorable Anita Annette Among has exceeded expectations of many of us in as far as her performance as a speaker. Indeed, she has actually outperformed her own self.
The ultimate decision rests on the collective judgment of MPs who will gather in May 2026 for first sitting of the 12th Parliament to decide on the best person to lead the House.
There is a lot of bribing already taking place. I hear people are just, when they don't go to TikTok, I support it, I have no proof, but I've heard. So there's already bribery taking place.
The 6 members who have shown interest include Speaker Anita Among, Persis Namuganza, Norbert Mao, Alion Odilia, Lydia Wanyoto, and Florence Akiki. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Well, thank you very much. They are the Parliament team. Now, Buganda Road Magistrates Court has set 16th March 2026 to deliver a ruling in case of a nuisance on roads against 12 students. The 12 students who were found with a case to answer decided not to defend themselves by keeping quiet. Prosecution alleges that on 1st August 2025 at Crested Towers along Hannington Road, Central Division, Kampala District, while holding placards and banners with words such as "Stop Ear Cop," Uganda placed themselves in the road in such a manner as to cause danger or inconvenience traffic. It's alleged that those students were showing their dissatisfaction on the ongoing construction of East African crude oil pipeline. The accused include Wamboga Ivan, Tamale Baker, a student at Chambogo University, Asio Dorothy, a student at Nachambade, a student as well, and then Nachambade Teopista, a student at Katikati. And a journalist as well was part of the team.
Sure. If the next Jan date, which is 16th of March, whether Harold will be ready. Now it's disappointing, and she wants to condemn the accused persons in contempt because they are speaking out of late justice, which I find very problematic. However, I've tried to explain to her the circumstances that this is a special case. It's not any other ordinary case. She's telling us a principle, first in, first out. I agree. Whoever comes to court should leave court first. But that should happen if on bail. These are young boys and girls who are students and have been in custody since the 1st of August last year. The last time it came up about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they gave their defense. And their defense was to keep quiet as the option they chose because it's provided for in the law, and they believe that the state had not produced any evidence that would really require them to defend anything because the state's witnesses had contradicted themselves from the word go. So, and in the interest of the speedy and quick trial, they chose not to give their individual evidence, to just keep quiet because the obligation of proving their guilt is by the state, and they do not have an obligation to prove their innocence. So they left it to the court to make a judgment, even depending on the submissions we had filed earlier.
This is very disappointing. We are protecting the wetlands, we are protecting the water, we are protecting the lake. Lake Victoria, is it an offense that we want clean water? We seek for justice as soon as possible.
Now, the State Minister of Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, has pledged government support towards strengthening police training through increased resource allocation. Muhoozi says a competent and well-trained force is essential for effective crime management. The Deputy Inspector General of Police, James Ochaya, echoed the call, urging officers to inspire professionalism and leadership among those under their command.
The Uganda Police Force has passed out 50 officers who completed an 18-week intermediate command and staff course at the Police Senior Command and Staff College, Webajja. The officers underwent both theoretical and practical training aimed at enhancing professionalism, command capability, supervisory skills and managerial competence among middle-level officers.
They interacted with resource persons, academicians, experts, policy analysts, and practitioners. Furthermore, they visited projects and initiative centers as reflected in Vision 2040. Always remember your mandate, your badge and your callings, your family and the needs of the community you serve. We look forward to hearing great stories of service.
The Deputy Inspector General of Police, James Ochaya, told the graduates that their new responsibilities as middle-level officers require greater accountability and improved service delivery. He urged them to inspire officers serving under their command.
The community expectations now, Chair, or our Chief Guest, are higher than ever. And technology is transforming how we prevent and investigate crime. There is also rapid population growth, and there is need to address human security issues such as economic, health, food security, and physical security.
So we shall, through your leaders and postings, watch how you apply yourself with this knowledge. It's not fire and forget, so we are looking at you, even with those certificates, to see how you acquit yourselves with the knowledge you have acquired.
Now, the tactical skills and intellectual competence abilities extended to the 50 officers will support an adaptive leadership to address emerging crimes with tangible solutions. State Minister for Internal Affairs General David Muhoozi says that the Ministry of Internal Affairs will support proposals to ensure that resources are available to support and train more police officers.
Because it needs money, it needs resources, it needs facilities for it to be dealt with quickly. The government, through the ministry, is also conversant about the constraints you have in the area of training, and namely infrastructural, the training aids, training manpower, etc. And we will support you to solve them in a more concerted and comprehensive way. This, in addition to the various welfare and operational requirements of the force. Kupanga ni kuchagua, namna Waswahili wanasema.
We are also having big numbers at constable level. We have 10,000 who are currently in the police training school of Masindi, Kabalie, and Ikafe. Therefore, sir, the training, we have also specialized courses that we keep training. Now the focus that we want to put in the future courses will be the NCOs, because now we have the commanders getting these great skills, the troops. So more focus will be at that level of the non-commissioned officers.
On this 27th day,
the 9th intake for the 2025-2026 training cycle, comprising 32 male and 18 female officers, received certificates of completion, with outstanding participants also recognized. Ivan Kahwa, Kenneth Tanaba, UBC News.
The 2026 Cancer Run has been officially launched at Nsambia Hospital, marking the start of preparations for the annual nationwide campaign against cancer. The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Annette Mong, graced the event as guest speaker and delivered an official communication from President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
In the President's message, government announced a contribution of 3 billion shillings to support cancer treatment and strengthen oncology services.
For us to demonstrate the support towards the Cancer Run, this gentleman is going to wire you from the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, 3 billion shillings. We will walk the journey with you, St. Francis Hospital. But as Catholic-founded institution, I also want to request you, when somebody scratches your back, you also scratch back, not so? Now, President Museveni has contributed for us. I am saying for us because I belong here. So we should also be able to support where it is necessary.
Organizers describe the Cancer Run as a growing national movement aimed at raising awareness, promoting early screening, and supporting patients in need.
We have supported the construction of the radiotherapy bunkers to house the LINAC machines. We are critical infrastructure that expands access to life-saving treatment. Together, we have held over 300 health camps nationwide, taking cancer awareness, screening and early detection services to our communities. We have also sponsored district conferences, environmental initiatives, the malaria prevention project backed by the Makere Rotary Peace Center, empowered youth through the Vijana Power initiative and supported several presidential installations and field events.
Here at Nsambi Hospital and most of Uganda, we are proud that when cancer requires treatment with drugs or with surgery, the surgeons are available. The medicines can be purchased. But when it comes to radiotherapy, that's where the challenge is. We have one option. You go to Malago Hospital. The second option is that you have to fly out of the country. International standards require at least one machine per 1 million people. Uganda is about 45 million people plus. So with a 45 million population, with 3 machines at Malago Hospital and 2 planned at Nsambi Hospital, we still remain about 40 machines short. This underscores the scale of the challenge that is facing us. We therefore express our sincere gratitude to the government, and in particular Parliament of Uganda, for championing this fight against cancer. To be sure, we fight this cancer on all corners.
The 15th edition is set for 30th August 2026, starting at 6 a.m. from Kololo Ceremonial Grounds and in major towns across the country.
I am immensely honored to grace this function this morning for this year's Rotary Run for Cancer. This is the time when we think and pray and show love to our people.
I want to pledge our total commitment that we are going to be together in this journey. The gains that we are protecting are not only for here, but to ensuring that we sustainably continue with the many successful service organization partnerships that we are continuing with.
Ugandans are now being called upon to turn up in large numbers and run for a cause in the fight against cancer. Sandra Kahonde, Prosi Chontawaire, News Tonight.
Now to do with government and roads. 2 months after President Yoweri Museveni emphasized the importance of road construction and maintenance in driving socio-economic transformation, government has now released 59 billion shillings to districts, cities and municipalities for road maintenance across the country.
Because we are ready to deal with them precisely.
During his acceptance speech earlier this year, President Yoweri Museveni highlighted that a strong road network remains central to easing movement of goods and people, boosting household incomes and accelerating national development.
Those roads, even if they are maram, they would be passable. They are where the roads are maram but passable. So what is the problem? Why would the road be so bad and the member of parliament is there, doesn't bring it up, then people are suffering so much. Our lady for the women, I think she's from that area, Buheju. So the roads in the tarmac roads must be repaired on time. Because you can see them, they start slowly, even good road. The other time when I was driving to Nakasongola, small potholes come, no action is taken, then they grow. What is happening to the Ministry of Works? What are they doing? Some of the other roads, when they are still new, they are very good. Like the roads in Karamoja, the roads in Bunyoro, those are very good. Very good. But they must be maintained all the time. I'll be very harsh in this Kisanja, you people. You have to forgive me.
Out of the 59 billion shillings released to districts, cities and municipalities for road maintenance across the country, 52 billion has been allocated to districts, while 7.4 billion shillings has been sent to cities and municipalities. Among the key beneficiaries is Arua District, which has received more than 2 billion. Masaka District has received over 1 billion. Fort Portal received 2 billion, while Lira received over 3 billion. Government says strict monitoring mechanisms have been put in place to ensure proper utilization of the funds. The Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, working together with the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, will implement a new monitoring strategy designed to capture the status of roads before works begin and track progress after implementation. State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, says accountability will be enforced.
As Ministry of Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance, using our agency, UBC, we are now starting a new system where we are going to send a team to film the roads as they are now, the status of roads now, before this money is utilized. And then at the end of the quarter, we shall again send a team to now film the status of the roads after, so that we can really show the public that this money was dispatched from the center and the local governments have used the money effectively in road maintenance. And it's also part of accountability, and we are also doing our oversight role.
He warns that any official who misuses the funds will be held accountable.
Our appeal to all these districts and cities is that they should utilize the money effectively. And this money here is for road maintenance only. And what people should also know, this is part of PDM.
Government maintains that improved road networks will ease trade, strengthen transport systems, and enhance connectivity across the country under the parish development model, which has a component of the infrastructure development plan.
Now, in a press statement, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in accordance with Article 1214A of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, as amended, and on the advice of the Advisory Committee on Prerogative of Mercy, has exercised his constitutional powers to grant pardon to convicted prisoner number 489 Haj Mohammed Sebufu in an instrument dated 21st February 2026. Henceforth, on receipt of the instrument, the beneficiary has been released from prison on 27th February 2026, and that's today. And with that story, we're going to take a very short break. Do not go away. We will return with our next segment. Stay with us.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
It's back, bigger and with more business opportunities. It's the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, Poate 2026, Uganda's flagship tourism event. Poate 2026 will take place from the 21st to the 23rd of May 2026 at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, under the theme Wanderlust. It's your time to thrive. Yes, it's your time to tap into Uganda's renewed optimism and tourism growth. Tourism stakeholders, travel trade partners, and tourism enthusiasts will be part of the Poate 2026. Come and network with like-minded people and unlock new business opportunities. To participate, register at www.poate.co.ug. Poate 2026 is brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board and partners.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential. With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Welcome back from that short break. As we move ahead, Ministry of Education and Sports has cautioned head teachers in Kampala schools against the practice of automatic promotion of pupils in primary schools, saying it has led to a big number of failures at primary 7. During a meeting with the head teachers and supervisors at Nakasero Primary School, State Minister for Primary Education Joyce Moreku Kaduchu said there is no policy for automatic promotion of learners, emphasizing that learners are promoted on merit.
Ministry of Education and Sports has interacted with the head teachers and supervisors of Kampala schools from the 5 divisions of Kampala. Accordingly, there are 79 government-aided primary schools in Kampala city. Pupils under the Universal Primary Education government program in Kampala have been receiving 8,272 shillings per child per annum capitation, contrary to the unit cost of 20,000 shillings.
Particularly this issue of capitation grants, we struggled with it for a very long time. We were told that the reason why we were not able to get the initial enhancement of capitation grants was that that enhancement came from funding towards local governments.
The Director, Education and Social Services at KCCA, Charles Magnot, urged government to rethink and provide optimal funding to schools.
There is a study by the National Planning Authority which investigated that the optimum unit cost would be 59,000 per learner per year.
Money for KCCA, capitation grant, it is true. It has been, as you said, 8,000. But this financial year, it has been increased to 20,000 per child per year.
Teachers in public schools have for some time gone on strike over issues of delayed salary enhancement. KCCA decided to put 525 million seed capital in teachers' circles, which has been a big relief as far as their welfare is concerned. According to the State Minister for Education and Sports, Muriku Kaduku, the performance of pupils in Kampala schools is declining, a trend that has been attributed to automatic promotion of learners.
There is no policy in our country that tells you and me we should just promote any child who has failed to go up to P7, and at the end of it we get this 1,000 failures.
The children go to school to learn. Okay? That's why there is assessment. If we wanted everybody to go through the system, then there was no need for assessment.
Head teachers have expressed concerns over the encroachment on school land by investors, and the processes of acquiring this land has exposed them to brutality and arrests, thereby affecting their environment of teaching and learning. I'm Nafka Farida and Philip Aguta in Kampala.
The organizer of the UK Global Health Summit 2026, Moses Waswa Molimira, has reaffirmed the importance of the summit to Uganda, saying it strengthens collaboration aimed at improving the country's health systems.
Building on the success of the 2025 UK Africa Health Summit, the 2026 UK Global Health Summit gathering will bring together front-line health professionals, government leaders, civil society, academia, and diaspora networks.
Why is it important for Uganda to think about working closely with the UK? The UK and Uganda have a long-term partnership. This has been around training in health, supporting each other in the exchange of knowledge and skills, and we believe this is an opportunity to strengthen this partnership together.
The discussion will focus on how the United Kingdom can help build stronger and more equitable health systems worldwide. Held under the theme Shaping Tomorrow's Health Together, the summit will take place at the Royal College of Physicians in London from March 16th to 18th. East Africa is expected to have strong representation. Uganda's delegation will be led by Minister of Health Permanent Secretary, Dr. Diana Atwine.
The PS will be here engaging some of the NHS trusts, engaging some of the businesses who want to invest back home. Uganda is hosting 1.3 million refugees. It's an opportunity to look at how the country can work together to tackle some of the challenges we're getting across each other as nations.
The United Kingdom has long partnered with Uganda, supporting maternal and child health, as well as training and skills development in emergency medicine, critical care, and transplant medicine.
The UK is a key strategic partner in Uganda. We've worked together in many other areas of training, specialist training, and we're hoping that this summit will offer a platform to continue those opportunities of dialogue.
Kenya will be represented by its Principal Secretary for Health, while Tanzania's team will be headed by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Saif Shekalage.
The Embassy of France in Uganda has officially launched the Francophonie Month 2026 in Kampala in an event attended by the Rwandan High Commissioner to Uganda, as well as representatives from Belgium and South Korea.
In fact, the Francophonie will be celebrated on the Journée Internationale de la Francophonie, so the Francophonie Day, International Day, and it will happen at the French residence on March the 18th. And this year, like the other years, we decided to welcome the UPDF, who were trained in French language, as well as leaders, women leaders, because March is also the month of the human and women rights. So we will gather at the French residence, both military and civil.
Of observer members which faces in certain countries. Egypt was not a French-speaking country. And our history with France has been always a history of cooperation and cordiality, except for the Napoleon Bonaparte campaign for 1 year, which is completely different from other countries during the...
Only French-speaking countries. You have seen South Korea is an observer in the organization. And my colleague from Egypt had just told you the relationship they have. And even in Africa, we have some other countries like Ghana who are purely Anglophone, but who are...
to the rest of the world. We should not be confined to a specific history that was forced on us. We should actually seek variation.
I can start with who is invited.
The Ministry of Water and Environment has released a rainfall outlook for May 2026. The outlook shows that most parts of Uganda are expected to receive near average rainfall, with some areas in the western, that is the northwestern region around Lake Victoria and eastern region are likely to receive above average rainfall.
The Ministry of Water and Environment has released the March to May forecast, indicating that Western region will experience near normal to above normal rainfall, with peak in early and late April. Midwestern region will experience near normal to above normal rainfall, with peak in mid to late April. Central region will experience normal rainfall, with a peak in mid to late April, while central areas of Western Lake Victoria Basin will experience near normal rainfall, with showers and thunderstorms already being experienced.
Mount Elgon region, the districts of Mbale, Manafa, Namisinda, Ududa, Sironko, Bulambuli, Kapchorwa, Queen, and Buko. The current showers and thunderstorms being experienced over most parts of this region indicate an established onset of the seasonal rains. The peak rainfall is expected from late April to early May, with a slight relaxation around early June. Overall, near normal to above normal rainfall is expected over this region during the season.
That doesn't necessarily mean that it will rain every single day of the 3 months ahead the season. There are moments where we'll have a bit of dry spells based on the behavior of the systems. There are moments when we have wet spells, and this can only be provided to the general public through these lower time scale forecasts, which we routinely provide, and they are readily available as mentioned by PS, and they are all given for free.
According to the forecast, temperatures are expected to be average to above average across the country.
What we encourage is that whenever we release the forecast, as PS has just done, we encourage the general public to follow the forecast as given, and also to continue receiving updates.
The Ministry of Water and Environment produces weather and climate forecasts to support planning and decision-making in various sectors. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Now, in the health sector, the Rotary Club of Kampala Springs has celebrated 6 years of impactful community service with a renewed commitment to transform Uganda's health sector.
During its charter night, club leaders reflected on a journey rooted in fellowship, growth and service above self. Kampala Springs has grown into a vibrant force within Rotary District 9213, contributing to membership growth and community-driven initiatives.
Again, we were still in COVID, so it was a hit and miss. It was difficult. But in that year, the service project team, led by Rotarian Charlene, went and did a survey at Luzera, St. Stephen's Primary School, Luzera, Church of Uganda. And somehow, I don't know how they did it, but in that lockdown, they managed to get passes and they went and did a needs assessment at the school. We then got shut down again, but somehow we also managed to break ground that year. We had a small window just before Kenneth's year came to an end, and we broke ground.
The highlight of the celebration was the club's leadership in spearheading fundraising efforts to establish a bone marrow transplant laboratory at the Joint Clinical Research Center.
As we continue to mobilize and put together efforts and calling upon all Ugandans to contribute to this. The RI president already committed to a big Rotary grant. And I'm very sure that with the partnership of all Rotary clubs in Uganda, we should be able to garner a massive grant from Rotary.
The initiative was recently launched at a high-level event attended by the visiting Rotary International President with plans to secure a major global Rotary grant.
We are planning to build a 6-room clean rooms that are the rooms that are used for bone marrow transplant. And we have the capacity. We've trained many scientists. They've gone for fellowship abroad. They've been able to go observership to see how bone marrow transplants are done. Even currently, we've sent one of our clinical directors to go abroad.
Leaders also urged members to remain committed to Rotary values, emphasizing that service is not about wealth, but about heart and dedication.
I want to thank the Rotarians on this world for bringing polio so close that if these people in Afghanistan and Pakistan can stop fighting amongst themselves, then we would eradicate polio.
For UBC News, I am Sudat Kaye.
Alright, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
Time for business. Uganda is set to introduce restrictions on the export of unprocessed coffee to the global market in a move aimed at strengthening value addition and improving household incomes. State Minister for Agriculture, Fred Bueno Chakulaga, revealed this while officiating at an international research workshop on food security held at Protea Hotel in Entebbe.
You, and then after that declare the workshop open.
The workshop examined how to address hidden costs and externalities in the food value chain, particularly in coffee and other crops, in order to guide informed policy making.
A kilo of coffee, coffee bean, green bean in Uganda is sold to the people that export them, for example to Europe, at only 11,000 shillings per kilo, which is about $3. But when this coffee is taken the other side, well, to Europe and other places, and it is roasted and ground, 1 kilo of coffee will make, for example, 140 cups of espresso, single shot, and each single shot of espresso costs $5 plus. meaning that 1 kilo will translate into about $700.
Discussions focused on measures to tackle hidden costs and their consequences, including social and economic externalities such as child labor, land rights challenges, and unfair wages.
So that is fundamental for the growth also of the export sectors to have a lasting and high total factor productivity growth. I mean, there is in principle no problem that Africa uses more land for agriculture, but it needs to be used sustainably in terms of soil management, landscape, adherence to biodiversity and so on. So it needs to be managed well, it needs to be managed better.
However, questions remain on whether Uganda has the capacity to process all the coffee varieties demanded on the global market.
It is a process. It is something that we have got to build on, and as we talk of industrialization, maybe those are some of the issues we need to address. Because coffee to Uganda is gold. And if it is exported, when it is processed, it is going to earn us more, much more than it is earning us right now.
The workshop was held under the theme True Cost of Food, Policies for Sustainable Production of Coffee and Other Export-Oriented Crops in East Africa. Charity Marion Imnat and Winnie Ainembabazi for UBC.
And into the world of sports, Uganda Table Tennis Association is hosting its first tournament of the year with the Katerega Memorial Schools and Institutions Table Tennis Championship taking shape at MTN Arena, as we hear more in this report.
For the next 3 days, the MTN Arena Lugogo will host the Francis Katerega Memorial Schools and Institutions Table Tennis Championship. Back for the first time in 10 years, it has attracted top players from more than 40 primary, secondary and tertiary institutions.
This tournament was established to recognize and award. We were simply celebrating the late Katerega. He was a very good player when he was in high school. He made it to the national team and won bronze. The aim of this tournament, he won bronze at the All Africa Championships. The aim of this tournament is to encourage these young talents to play hard, and it also helps the Uganda Table Tennis Association to identify talent that we can bring onto the national team, the national junior team training program.
In some of the games played, Mbogo College overpowered Namagabi 3-2. Nakasero Primary outclassed Nobles Junior, while Kibuli SS defeated Namilyango College.
We are just playing with team vets. We are finally to be okay. We lose, but we have hope that we shall win another game.
The 3-day tournament is proudly sponsored by, among others, Legacy Productions and School Pay, and will witness competition in team and singles events.
Tennis has helped me a lot because it is where I have studied from. They have given me bursaries since primary, secondary, and final I'm at university. This is my first time to represent table tennis in university, and this is our first expression to come up in the university. So I thank Isubat University for giving me an opportunity, and I think I'm going to represent it positively.
And lastly, still in sports, Peace Kabasweka and Kenya's Mercy Nyachama set an early pace at the 2026 MTN Entebbe Ladies Open after an exciting opening round at the historic Entebbe Club. The two golfers headline a strong regional field in what is already shaping up to be one of the most competitive editions of the championship.
Kabasweka delivered a composed performance, mixing steady pass with a critical birdie on the 16th, despite 5 bogeys to edge into the lead. Nyakachama, the 2025 Uganda Ladies Open champion, matched the intensity, carding 75 gross to stay firmly in contention, just a stroke behind. Close on their heels are Martha Babidie, Lilian Kowe, and Tanzania's Nema Olimi, all tied on 76 growth in what is happening to be one of the tightest stats in recent years.
Every time you play such events with good players, there's a way it builds your game. So this time round, I'm more confident than I have been before. And all I'll do, if I go by my plan, I'll play better. Every competition you play, you learn 1 or 2 things. So basically, the tournaments I have played, they have built my confidence. I know how to handle pressure. So it's something that I've learned over time, and I'm not under any pressure to defend it. All I need to do is to follow my routine and play my best.
Regarded as the second biggest ladies golf event in the country after the Uganda Ladies Open, the tournament has attracted 35 elite players, including competitors from around East Africa. Sanctioned as a World Amateur Golf Ranking event, the championship carries a $10 million with the International Women's Day theme, Give to Gain, promoting greater investment in women's sport.
I want to say thanks to Entebbe Club because it has really been a joint effort. Everybody put all guns blazing, and here we are. That this time round is unpredictable. The ladies have actually upped their game. It's hard to say that it's either Peace, Martha, Mercy, or Lomi. It's basically a casino game right now for us, the bettors. But we hope everybody shines. And to top off all the tournament, MTN has gone ahead and put in a 10 million cash prize for the first 10 gross main event players. That is something, that is a motivation, that's an incentive. And I hope that I incentive enough for the cost to be burnt by the ladies.
This tournament represents more than a competition on the calendar. It represents continuity, it represents belief and deliberate investment to see women engage more and more in sport, including golf. At MTN Uganda, we have consistently positioned ourselves as the biggest supporter of sports in the country because we understand that the role of sport plays a huge role in shaping communities, building networks, as well as unlocking different opportunities in the country. Golf, in particular, creates a unique space where discipline meets leadership and where relationships are formed across generations and industries. Supporting the Entebbe Ladies Open is therefore not incidental. It is very, very intentional for us at MTN.
With 2 rounds to play, the race for the Entebbe crown is well and truly on.
That's all we had time for. Thank you once again for sticking with us. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mpango Mugalu Mohammed has been with us on sign language. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.